Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Probably you know that the Ukrainian army started a counteroffensive on Monday, and they reported some success on Monday and then nothing on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I got some information from other sources where it says that actually after the initial push they had very limited success, and then they were pushed back because they don't really have military resources. They don't have personnel to conduct a counteroffensive. I don't know if the Russians are fantastic in that department, but I made a video today with discussing an article from Ukraine and from Ukrainian mass media. Actually, it was a Ukrainian news outlet, and they were reporting that Ukraine did this, like damages, losses coming from the Russian side. And they took it as in a week. They said, oh, in the past week, these were the losses. They couldn't say in one day. Now, we have an article here that actually is going to tell us what the Ukrainians achieved, in a single day, which I'm glad. And I will share that with you. This article comes from Newsweek. From September 3rd, 2022. Russia loses 25 tanks, 37 armored vehicles in a single day, Ukraine states. So Ukraine had said that Russia lost 25 tanks and 37 armored vehicles in a single day as it gave its latest estimates of Russian losses. On Saturday, today, the Ukrainian Armed Forces said on its Facebook page that Russia had lost an additional 25 tanks, taking the total number of such vehicles reportedly destroyed since the start of the full-scale invasion on February 24th to 2,034 tanks. In its daily update, Ukraine also said that Russia now has lost a total of 4,403 combat armor machines, with 37 destroyed on a single day. The opponent, and I'm quoting, the opponent suffered the biggest losses in the Donetsk and Kryvyi Rih directions. Its Facebook statement said, referring to the center and east of the country. The UK Ministry of Defense in May said Russia was losing a large number of tanks and that Moscow had taken 50 years old T-62 tanks out of storage to be used by its southern grouping of forces. So let's see, why would you do that? Why would you get some old tanks? Could be two interpretations, maybe three, and maybe more. But let's see, the ones that I see. One, the enemy is so weak that you don't need to use the modern ones. That could be one. So we say, let's bring the ones, let's say, that Stalin built before the Second World War, okay? Okay, so let's say they think, those tanks will do. The other one is, they don't have new ones and they have to go and bring the old ones, which could be this. Or maybe it could be, I don't know, some other explanation. Maybe they really don't have the new ones, but then they have to use these ones. I don't know. We'll see. But on the other hand, it was another article that said that the Russians brought the newest tanks. So that's a sign that Russia doesn't have any more tanks. That's the ones that were in the parade in Moscow. So now which one is it? If you bring the newest tanks, they say you don't have any more, and those are the last batch. If you don't bring the newest ones and you bring the old ones, they say you are out of the new ones. Therefore, you take the old ones. So how can you satisfy these people? When will they say they have enough tanks? What kind of tank? Hey, what kind of tank should the Russians bring in the front, right there, to make you say the Russians have a lot of tanks? Which one are they? Which one will qualify for these guys? Will, reach the criteria, meet the criteria of saying, Russia still has tanks? Because if it brings the new ones, it's a bad thing. Bad sign. If you bring the old ones, it is a bad sign. Now make up your minds. Meanwhile, the death toll of Russian troops is also nearing 50,000, according to the latest Ukrainian figures, which said that a further 350 had been killed, taking the total to 49,050. An accurate figure of losses of Russian troops and equipment is difficult to verify. Moscow rarely discloses its military losses, and it last officially releases figures of 1,351 troops killed at the end of March. Well, you say that Moscow rarely discloses its military losses. What about Ukraine? How many? Well, you don't know, because the same thing is true for Ukraine. So, Weasel, hello, Weasel. So, Newsweek has contacted the Russian Defense Ministry to comment on Ukraine's latest estimates. Meanwhile, the governor of the Donetsk region, Pavlo Kirilenko, said on Saturday that Russian troops had launched overnight rocket attacks on Kramatorsk and Slovyansk in eastern Ukraine. He wrote on Telegram that there had been damage to houses and businesses, but no fatalities. Alright, so where is that counteroffensive? I think there's none anymore. I think what it was that little spasm on Monday, and then dead. The patient, dead. That's what I think. But who cares, right? What do you know, Emil? Well, I get information wherever I can. And I also use my, life experience to figure out certain things. And if you look at this, if you would have a counteroffensive, first, you don't trumpet it. You don't, we're going to have a trumpet. We're going to have an offensive. You don't say that. So advertising that means that you really will not meet the criteria. You just want to scare people and show that you still have a biceps or a triceps, whatever you want. So that's the first thing. The second one, you even tell the enemy where you will attack. You don't do that. So again, this is for PR, for the Ukrainian nation to say, oh, we're still fighting, we're still in it, now the tide is turned. I don't believe that. When it's for real, you do it in silence and in deceit. No, you don't say, I'm going to hit you there, unless you're so strong that you're going to play with your victim and say, you know what, next time I'm going to kick you in the head. And the guy's going to say, okay, I want to see that happen. So you see, that's what's going to be. And you're so good that you do it that you're going to kick the guy in the head, which you have to be very good. Compared with the guy who's going to be like, okay, I glued my arms right here. You can't do anything about it. And you do it, wham, boom, and it's done. You know. So I don't think that's the case with Ukraine whatsoever. Right? So I think that was it, and that would be it. Now, the only thing that matters now is what the Russians can do. Can the Russians push these guys back? Because we saw their abilities or potency. We saw it. That's it. It ended on Tuesday morning. That was it. Guarantee you that. Now, can the Russians do something now back? Because if you, I don't know, if you ever fought like a real fight, or in competitions or boxing or martial arts, but I'm not talking about martial arts, full contact. You have a little tank, okay? And you attack, bam, 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 bam. After you attack, you can't attack continuously, unless you can keep the rhythm. But you can't keep the rhythm because the opponent will going to break you. So the changes in the rhythm of a fight are the worst ones. So after you attack a few times, then you need a little bit to recuperate a few seconds. Now that's the time when that guy over there, when you attacked him, if he tensed, if he blocked, if he did not breathe properly, he's not going to be able to counterattack. But that's his time, because you are depleted. When you're depleted, if he conserved his energy while you attacked and you didn't achieve anything, then he's attacking you. You can't counter anymore. You're done. You're a sitting duck for a few seconds, minutes, until you recover or you get knocked out. That's how it is right here. These guys had their ability the last, and now they say, okay, let's. But if the opponent cannot do anything because he's is depleted of his energy, then we have nothing. And I think we have nothing. Ukraine, I think this was its last, as I say, spasm, and that's it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. look for the truth and be just.